Hi everybody, my name is Richard McMunn and in this tutorial I'm going to cover IQ and aptitude test questions, answers, tips and tricks. So if you have any kind of IQ, aptitude test or psychometric test coming up, then this tutorial is going to help you. So a very warm welcome to this video. As I say, that's me there on the right hand side, Richard McMunn, and in the video we're going to focus on and work through some IQ and aptitude test questions. So just a couple of things, make sure you click the red subscribe button below this video if you haven't done so already, because I'm creating these kind of videos every week and I love making them for you. Also, if you do like the questions that we're going to work through, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up because this motivates me to do more for you. Also, I'm going to give you some free online IQ and aptitude test questions at some stage during this video, so make sure you stick around and watch it from beginning to end, and I will also give you a copy of these slides too. Okay, let's get straight into it. Question number 1. The average temperature throughout a 5-day period was 65 degrees. If the temperature was 67 degrees on 2 of the days, 70 degrees on another, and 68 degrees on another, what was it on the 5th day? And we have 5 options, and this is common in an IQ and aptitude test. You have multiple choice answers, and they are usually very similar to each other. So A is 53 degrees, B is 57, C is 58, D is 60, and E is 61. So the only way to get good at these test questions is to learn how to do them, but also practice lots. And I'm going to get you to have a go at some of these very soon. Okay, the answer to this question number 1 is A, 53 degrees. How do we get to the answer? Well, step 1. We have to multiply 65, which is the average, over the 5-day period, so 65 by 5, to get 325 degrees in total. Once we've got that figure, we go to step 2 of the process, and we then subtract from 325 the 4 degrees that we already have for 4 of the days. So we've got 67 plus 67, because it tells us on 2 of the days it's 67 degrees. On the 3rd day it's 70. On the 4th it's 68. So we add all of those together, subtract them from 325 to get our answer, which is 53 degrees. Okay, I want you to have a go at this kind of question now, please. So post your answer to question 2 in the comments section below the video, and I will come on here each day and mark them for you. So there is also a timer there on the right hand side, and you're going to get 12 seconds to answer this question. That's not very long, but I promise you if you practice under time conditions, then your ability to answer these will improve greatly. So question 2, the average temperature throughout a 4-day period was 70 degrees. If the temperature was 65 degrees on 2 of the days and 70 on another, what was it on the 4th day? So here are your 5 options. A is at 85 degrees, B 80, C 82, D 90 or E 79. So please post your answer to question 2 in the comment section below for marking. Now you're going to see this timer go down in a second. You've got 12 seconds. If you are struggling and you need further time, please simply pause the video and work out your answer and put it in the comment section below. Here we go. Okay, well done. Hopefully you got that correct. Please do use a calculator if you want to. Question number 3, let's move on. Julia wakes up at 6:40 a.m. It takes her 16 minutes to get ready for work, 12 minutes to eat her breakfast, and 47 minutes to travel to work. What time does she arrive at work? And again, we have 5 multiple choice options. Is it A, 7:45 a.m., B, 8:02 a.m., C, 7:50 a.m., D, 7:55 a.m. or E, 8:05 a.m. So the answer there is D, which is 7:55 a.m. How do we work it out? Well, all we need to do, step 1, is add all of the minutes together. So there's 16 minutes to get ready for work, plus 12 minutes to eat her breakfast, and then 47 minutes to travel to work. And that gives us 75 minutes, which is 1 hour and 15 minutes. Step 2, all we need to do is to add those 75 minutes to the 6:40 a.m. to get the answer 7:55 a.m. for the answer. Okay, now it's your turn again. Please post your answer to question 4 in the comments section below the video for marking. Here we go. Jim wakes up at 7:55 a.m. Now, it takes him 11 minutes to get ready for work, 15 minutes to eat his breakfast, and then 65 minutes to travel to work. What time does Jim arrive at work? Here are your answer options. Is it A, 7:26 a.m., B, 8:16 a.m., C, 9:06 a.m., D, 8:26 a.m., or E, 8:24 a.m. Please post your answer to question 4 in the comments section below, and you've got 12 seconds to work this out. Here you go. Okay, fantastic. Well done. Moving on. A bit more fun now. Let's get into a fun kind of question. Question 5. Start at one of the corners and move clockwise around the square, finishing in the centre to create a 9-letter word. Okay, so that means that we can start at either one of these corners. So that would be the first letter, and we have to decide which corner we start at. And we have to finish in the centre. So the final letter of the 9-letter word finishes in the centre. And also, we have to move clockwise around the sequence. Okay, so what is the answer? I'm going to start with the S, and then I'm going to go Q, U, E, E, Z, I, N, G to get the answer, squeezing. Okay, now it's your turn. You have a go at this question. Please post your answer to question 6 in the comments section below the video for marking. Okay, start at one of the corners and move clockwise around the square, finishing in the centre to create a 9-letter word. Off you go. Okay, well done. Hopefully you got a 9-letter word there, starting with one of the letters in the 4 corners. Don't forget to post your answer below. Like I say, if you do need further time, don't forget to pause the video. Okay, moving on. Question 7. Which 2 words need to be swapped around in order for the sentence to read correctly? So this is kind of a verbal reasoning test question. Ray had been so busy, forgot for his holiday that he packing to pay for travel insurance. So the 2 words that I want to swap round are forgot and packing. And then it would read, it would make sense. Ray had been so busy packing for his holiday that he forgot to pay for travel insurance. Quite simple, but I want you to have a go to see whether you can get this next one correct. So please post your answer to question 8 in the comments section below the video for marking. Let's get straight to it. Question 8. Which 2 words need to be swapped around in order for the sentence to read correctly? The only way to ensure a strong economy is to maintain that unemployment is low and productivity is high. Okay, which 2 words need to be swapped around for the sentence to read correctly? You've got 12 seconds to post your answer in the comment section below for marking. Off you go. Okay, well done, fantastic. Moving on. So don't forget, I'm going to give you free access to online tests very soon. And also, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you are enjoying these questions. They're getting a bit tougher now. Question 9. Which figure comes next in the sequence? So we've got these 4 squares here with different shapes and coloured patterns in them. And we have to decide which one comes there, where the question mark is. And then we've got the multiple choice options. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C or is it D? Now, these are called abstract reasoning test questions. They're very common in IQ and aptitude tests. And upon initial inspection, they look confusing and difficult, but they are actually relatively simple to answer. And what we have to do is use logic and look for sequences and patterns. So if we look at this sequence, we'll see there, number 1, the blue triangle is moving around the square clockwise each time, whilst also rotating 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So if we look at that one there, the first one in the top left, it then moves clockwise one place, but it also rotates 90 degrees anti-clockwise. It then moves round again to the bottom right and then to the bottom left. Then you'll also see those black shapes alternate between the top and bottom, but also increase by one side each time. So it starts at the bottom there and it's a 3-sided shape, moves to the top to be a 4-sided shape, goes back to the bottom to be a 5-sided shape, and then moves to be a 6-sided shape. So we're actually looking for a black shape on the bottom That's 7 sides in total, and also the blue triangle starts back again at the top left here. So the correct answer is C. So you can see upon inspection it looks difficult, but it's actually really easy to answer once you apply some logic to it. So the correct answer is C. Now it's your turn. Please post your answer to question 10 in the comment section below the video for marking. Which figure comes next in the sequence? Now I'm only going to give you 12 seconds. If you can answer it that time, brilliant. But if you need a bit more time, please do pause the video. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Off you go. Okay, hopefully you got an answer. Don't forget to post it in the comments section below the video. I hope you've been enjoying these tests. I'd like to give you some more now. So to get more practice tests, simply click the link below the video. And you can also get the slides there too. I've placed a link below the video so you can work through these again, or just work through the video yourself, or go to my website, mypsychometrictests.com. Don't forget to subscribe. I love making these videos for you and giving you all these free resources. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And don't forget to subscribe, because you will get notified by email as soon as I create the next video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And I wish you all the very best for you passing your IQ and aptitude tests. Thank you very much for watching.